Welcome back to Special Friends Podcast. My name is Mary Santora.
I'm Sara Huntington.
Was that because I clapped the first time?
Yeah, that was good.
It was a good clap.
And you're always like, shh.
I know, I'm always like, be quiet, here we go. No, that was a really good clap. I was feeling it.
I got excited for you.
Thank you.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. We were off last week because I was on vacation in Hilton Head. The first thing Sara said to me when I walked in the door, she was like, I cannot believe how tan you are.
Is that what I said?
Yeah, she was like, you look so good.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even, are you white? I don't even know.
I was like, I don't know if legally you're allowed to be this dark. It's scary.
What can I say? I have natural Sicilian blood and olive skin.
Yeah. I was in Florida for 3 days, and I think somehow I did end up tanner than you. But
no, you did not. No, you absolutely did not. I look so tan. I don't think. Can you guys see my tan lines? Look at that.
Well, I did. I got like a weird burn. I will say I forgot to put sunscreen right on my boob.
Your breast.
Just this one too. Well, now this one's starting to get red too. I'm a little itchy. But I did. I laid out for a little bit in Florida, and yeah, okay.
Do you guys? Can you even tell? I'm so dark, dude.
If they can't, they're blind.
Blind. Am I right? Am I right? Yeah, Sara had shows in Florida. I was on vacation in Hilton Head, which is, I don't know if you know this.
Oh, I do. I'm familiar with Hilton Head.
No, it's like everyone from Ohio.
It's fancy. It's like, there's Myrtle Beach.
Yeah. Myrtle Beach is for poor people.
Which is where my family always went. But Hilton Head was like, oh, that's where the rich people go.
It is where the rich people go.
So once we got to go to Hilton Head, I was like, oh.
Because you're from Ohio, too.
Yeah.
That's like Ohio's like upper class vacations in Hilton Head.
I can remember the first time we went to Hilton Head, and I was like, shit's changing around here, guys.
Can you believe it?
We had very Myrtle Beach energy in Hilton Head. But Hilton Head is kind of, like the people that go there is just a teeny tiny step above Myrtle Beach.
I'd give it a full step.
Yeah.
I'd give it a full step depending on what part of the island you're on.
Okay.
Because there's like that main drag where all the hotels are. That's kind of Myrtle Beachy. Okay. But then there's like, we stayed on like a private golf course.
Oh.
And so that was like really nice. And then there's another place where the lighthouse is called Sea Pines.
Oh, okay.
And that's also really nice. So it's like the opposite ends of the island are a lot fancier. We get there to this one Sea Pines place. And we're just, we're walking around. And my sister is looking around. She goes, why doesn't anybody have tattoos? And I was like, because rich people don't get tattoos.
Yeah.
Like, poor people spend their money on tattoos.
Yeah.
Rich people spend their money on investments.
Yeah. Like, when they get their tax return check, they don't think, I could get a full sleeve.
Right. No, they think
they don't get tax returns checks like that. They pay taxes.
Exactly.
You get your $2,000 tax return check, and you're like, well, the kids aren't getting none of this.
Well, it is your child tax credit.
Yeah.
You get back your $2,500 child tax credit. And you're like,
I'm going to get my name tattooed on him.
I'm going to get his name on me. Thank you for this $2,500 back. But yeah, I like Hilton Head. I like it a lot. My high school boyfriend, his family went down there every single year. So I had gone in high school, and then I haven't been back since like 2008.
Oh, wow.
And there's a frozen custard place there called Rita's.
Yes, Rita's.
Dude, Rita's.
Rita's is I thought Rita's was in Ohio.
I think it's only in Ohio and Hilton Head.
Okay.
I think those are the only two places I've ever seen it. I could be wrong.
I was like, I've heard of this place. They have like a lemon one, right?
They have all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, okay.
They have my favorite thing on the planet. It used to be called the gelati, not gelato, where it's layers of frozen custard and then Italian ice.
Yes, it's like a limoncello thing that I'm thinking of. It's like vanilla ice cream with the lemon,
but it's frozen custard. It's not ice cream.
Yeah.
And then you can pick the flavor of Italian ice and the flavor of gelato, or not gelato, frozen custard. So I always would do, and this is like from high school days, I would do like cherry, strawberry, raspberry, and then vanilla frozen custard. So all week, all I was talking about was Rita's. I was like, I gotta get Rita's. Took all the kids. Everyone was like, this is so much better than ice cream. It was just one of those moments where I was like, it's as good as I remember it. Yeah. It's been 17 years since I've had Rita's, and it's as good as I remember
I love mixing a vanilla ice cream with a fruity icy.
Yes.
Like that combination, that's why I like my dirty Diet Cokes. That's why I like anything that's got like a creamy consistency with a fruity consistency. I love gay men.
Gay, fruity consistency.
Fruity and creamy.
Yeah, right. No, that is a good match, but that's why like creamsicles are so popular.
Yeah.
You know? So I had Brian's daughter, my stepkid, with me the whole week, and it was challenging in that vacationing as a parent is not a vacation at all. When you're the one who has to keep everybody in line, and you're paying for everything, and you're stressed out. And
that's the worst part too. You're like, I'm paying for all of this, and I'm the one that's miserable.
And it's not that I was miserable. It's just, it's not. I'm the kind of person who vacations to relax. I want to lay down and just read a book and zone out. That's what I want to do. I want to be in the sun and chill. And I can do that at the pool with her because she's 9 and she knows how to swim.
Yeah.
But like when you're at the ocean, I'm like, I can't leave a child unattended in the ocean. You just can't.
That's why rich people don't take their kids on vacation.
They leave them.
I feel like they leave them with a nanny.
No, rich kids are on vacation all the time.
But they don't like, they're not like watching them.
No, but they're also used to being alone, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Their parents don't really raise them, so they're kind of independent and used to doing, here's $200, go do something for the day.
Yeah. Just give them money and go do something. Where like if you're a parent and you're actually parenting your child while on vacation, it's like, well, this isn't a vacation at all.
This is so stressful.
I'm a teacher.
Yes, 100%. And everybody's schedules, we were there with 3 other families, so my brother and 2 sisters and all their kids. So everybody's on different schedules and everybody's bickering and then like everybody's eating at different times.
That's the worst part
just,
when you're trying to go with like a extended part of your family. That's why my family, whenever we go to Gatlinburg every year, my uncle just cooks every single night.
Yeah.
And he's like, you can either go do whatever you want, get your little corn dogs or whatever from down in the popular area, or I'm making a really good meal. Yeah. I don't care, but like this is where we're meeting, and then it's made our whole lives easier.
Oh yeah,
just with him cooking instead of being like, well, I want seafood and I want to go to this, and the kids always want something different, and then you have to try and find a restaurant that
has all the stuff.
Yeah, and get 14 of
we
you
had
in.
13. We had 13. It was
like,
a pain in the ass.
You see the hostess, like you see her soul leave her body.
Well, in a place like Gatlinburg or Hilton Head, it's all tourists.
Yeah.
It's all vacationers. They're dealing with this every single night.
Maybe it's just my family.
It's my family too.
It maybe wasn't that it was 13. It's like
they're hillbillies.
They see us walk in and they're like, well, that's going to be a problem.
Great. Here's my 10%
Do we
tip.
have the Mountain Dew? Is it good back there? Okay.
Yeah, that's all we need. But it was really good to see my brother and my sisters and hang out, and it was a different vacation than I would take with like just me and Brian. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, it's not really about us. It's about the kids building memories with their cousins and having a good time, which I'm not used to being Brian wasn't there. It was just me.
Yeah.
So I've never been a solo parent on a vacation before. And it is stressful.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I want her to have a really good time and I want her to get along with the kids and I want her to build these memories, but I also like, I want to buy her things, but I don't have a ton of money. Do you know what I mean? Like, where it's like, I want to give her, I know memories are free, and she's playing with the cousins, and they went in the sprinklers on the golf course, and that's going to be the stuff she likes the most.
For sure.
But at the same time, it's like, we did have a shopping day, where it was like, get a hoodie, and get a t-shirt, and get a this, and get a that. I don't know. It was just a very different experience being like a solo parenting role on vacation, mainly at the ocean. That was really where I was having my panic attacks, because
you're trying to like keep an eye on her.
I'm a strong swimmer, and the 2 days were pretty calm.
You're
there's waves.
Of course you
are. I'm an athlete.
A triathlon would be nothing for you.
Yeah, you see that?
I imagine you could just probably swim the whole ocean.
I can.
Yeah.
Sideways. You don't know me. Anyway, so 2 days were normal, and she got into the boogie board where, you like ride the shallow waves.
Yeah.
It was fun. We were doing it together. It was a great time. But the third day that we went, the waves were easily 5 or 6 feet tall. Like, they were big waves, and the current was just shoving you to the left. Like, there was nothing you could do.
Yeah.
And so I had to take the boogie board away and say, listen to me, if you want to be in the ocean today, I have to hold you. And she's like, no, I'm 9. I don't need, I'm like, that's non-negotiable. Yeah. Like, you're drifting away from me. I'm not kidding, within seconds.
Yeah.
She would be right next to me, and then 5 seconds later, she'd be 30 feet away. It was really scary.
Yeah.
So I like held her, and we would go over these big, like, giant 6-foot waves, and she was having the time of her life. And I am freaking out.
Yeah, because
I am
they don't...
so panicked, dude. I'm like, she's gonna drown. I'm gonna drown, because I'm getting tired. I'm like I'm holding a whole person and jumping through the waves. And I was like, we have to. At one point, my sister left and was like, keep an eye on Bella. And it was too much. I made everyone get out of the water because I was like, it's too high. The waves are too high. The current's too strong. I can't do this with 2 kids. I cannot do this with 2 kids.
They're like fine, and you're having an actual. You're like, everyone out. They're like, is there a shark? You're like, me.
I can't do it anymore. This is too much.
No, I think about that. How I did not used to be scared of the ocean when I was a kid. I would get in there, and now I'm terrified because you think, dude. And now you've seen enough. And you've heard enough stories, you've watched the news, you've read the
documentaries.
Books. Yes. of people that just drown in the ocean, or even not even big currents. It just one happens to get you under and you can't get back up.
Yep.
But when I was a kid, I was just like, this is fun.
Look at it crushing me.
Yeah. And you like, even when it does almost drown you, you're kind of just like,
You know? Yeah.
yeah. They do the little kid like cough. And then they're fine. But now I'm terrified.
Well, yeah, dude. And there was one day, so the kids are in the ocean. Me and my brother, my sister are sitting on the beach, and we're just chatting. And we start to see like a crowd forming, and we're like, "What the hell's going on?" And we look over, and there's a shark on the beach.
Oh,
and
on the beach?
A real shark
Bellied up.
on the beach, like flopping around. And this guy's trying to get it back in the water.
Don't put it back in the water.
So they all run over to like take pictures, and there's 3 of our kids, mine, and then my 2 niece and a nephew, and they're 9, 11, and 13. But so they were in there by themselves, and we weren't worried. But I go sprinting as fast as I can into the water. I'm like, get out of the water! I'm not fucking around! Like I am screaming, and they're like, what did we do? I'm like, there's a shark! I'm like losing it, like pulling them out, and they're all freaking out. I'm like, it's right there on the beach. So then some guy takes the shark back into the ocean, and the kids are like, can we go back in? I was like, no, beach day
in there now.
Beach day is over. There's a pissed off shark 40 feet from you. No, Blake goes, well, it probably swam away. And I was like, and what if it didn't?
Yeah.
No, we're done. We're going to the pool.
Also,
we're done.
it's just up on land. It's not happy.
That's what I mean.
Bad time.
Right.
And it's probably looking for a little bit of revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, those were like the big eventful beach days. Like the shark and then the waves were huge, and they were fun. And I mean, it was a good vacation. I went home, and it was mine and Brian's anniversary. So we had Blake for one night, and then she went with her mom on the 4th of July. Brian and I went to a baseball game, and we like watched the fireworks. And then the next day I cooked us dinner, and what did we do? We just had like a really good weekend where we just kind of like hung out.
Yeah.
And everything was good. It was very chill.
Ohio 4th of July vibes.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Ohio 4th of July vibes, man. We went
Some
to
glizzies.
No, well, here's the thing. We splurged for the Indians, or I'm sorry, the Guardians tickets, and they are the club seats that have the free food.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
if you've ever been to like a baseball game or a football game. So we went early and like sat in the air conditioning and ate our free food and had like our free ice creams and desserts and pops and all that.
Yeah.
And so I actually didn't even eat a hot dog on 4th of July. And then 7th inning, they stopped serving food. So I go up to the hot dog stand. I get the last like gray hot dog off the roller, and I took one bite and threw it away because I was like, I have to have a hot dog on the 4th of July.
I'm going to say such an unpopular opinion. I don't like hot dogs.
I love hot dogs.
I do not understand why people like them. I think that they're gross.
They are gross.
They don't taste good to me at all. And there's nothing good about them. Like the fact that it is just, if they had a redeeming quality of like, oh, this is gross meat, but it also tastes good, that'd be one thing. But it's like, this is gross meat.
Did you like them as kids? As a kid?
Not that I can remember.
Maybe that's what it is. We ate a lot of hot dogs.
I never remember craving them as a kid.
I used to eat them raw.
I like to just bread. Honestly, you know what I would
pull
do?
them straight out of the bag and just eat it like
Ew.
the lunch meat. Yeah, dude.
Even right now. Okay, I've done this because I didn't eat meat. I've done like some weird things with food. But I would just do a hot dog bun with sauerkraut and mustard.
Ew. Sauerkraut
dog.
sandwich?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's gross. I can't believe it's probably not any more gross than me eating a raw hot dog out of the package, but.
Sorry.
Why are you like this? What did you do?
Nothing.
What did you do?
I moved my phone.
So annoying. No, so it was a good trip home. I'm very
And
tan.
You became a celebrity.
I don't think I can talk about this.
You can't.
I don't know. It's aired.
Okay.
You think I can talk about it? It's already out on TV.
You don't have to say what it's for. You can just say like.
So, I recorded my first national commercial. A national commercial is a big deal.
Yeah.
It's not like a local, you know, car dealership or something like that. Like it's a major multi-billion-dollar company that I recorded this commercial for, and I got an email on like July 1st or 2nd, and they were like, congratulations, you made it into the final cut, which means you get another payment from it. So it's called a usage fee. So you get paid for the fitting, you get paid for the shooting, and then if they use you in the final cut, you get paid again. So not only did I make more money, I was like, I'm going to be in a national commercial. Like, it's a big deal. I was like, I can finally have like a real piece of footage that I can add to an acting role that I can say, hey, I've done commercial work. Yeah. And so they were like, we don't have airing schedules yet, but as soon as we have it, we'll send it out. So I have to dig and dig and dig to find this commercial, and I finally find it online, and I watch it. It's only like, I think it's a 25-second commercial. And I'm watching it, and all these people I'm shooting with, I see them, and I'm like, okay, I've got to be coming up soon. There's only 10 seconds left. Like, where's my part of the interview? We did a whole interview. Yeah. I did it like a 45-minute interview, dude. Like, it wasn't like a quick thing. They asked me so many questions. And so I'm looking, and finally, in the last 3 seconds of the video, I appear for a quarter of a second, maybe. It's literally just me like looking down at my clothes, like adjusting my shirt.
You know what that means?
And that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing.
Look, you know what that means? They cared so much about how good you looked. They're like, we have to get her in this commercial.
I thought
Even
about that.
Even if we hated everything she said, she looked so good in this jersey.
It's okay. It's out. I'm pretty sure I can probably talk about it. Like, it doesn't matter. In this shirt?
Yeah, in this shirt that they were like, we have to show her on camera.
Dude, I laughed I was crying. I was laughing so hard because I was like, that can't be it. Because my thought was, why not cut it?
Yeah.
Why not cut it? Why would you pay me the extra money to be in this?
Just like...
I watched it probably 15 times, and I was laughing so hard. And it was just a very Mike Wazowski from Monsters, Inc. You remember when they do the commercial, and then the logo covers up his face? Yeah. And he's like, I was on TV! Like, that's exactly how I felt. Where I was like, you know what? Fuck it. They still paid me. I still made money, and it's a national commercial.
It's like the people that live in LA, and they get like a background role, and they're like pausing it. They're like, see, that's me, the bar patron number 7.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
I feel like that's very much a Hollywood experience, though, where it's like, I was in episode 4 of Bones. I had one speaking role part, and it's like they go, hey, when they walk in or something.
Good to see you. Yeah. It made me laugh so hard. And I was like, I was so excited. We've talked about it before, where I get 35 steps ahead about things being my big break. And I was like, all right, this is it. I'm going to have something to show my acting skills off. It's a quarter of a second. They cut all the time. My friend who does a lot of commercial acting, she was like, it could be the first cut. There could be more cuts of it. You never know if in this one will run for 2 weeks, and then they'll have another cut.
I was going to say that too. I was like, it could be that this was just,
Oh, man. But I was crying laughing.
Which is probably why you haven't received anything where they're like, we'll tell you when the final cut comes out.
Yeah.
Because you haven't been in it yet.
I haven't technically been in it. Unless that's it. Which, honestly, my money doesn't change.
Right.
It was so funny to me that I was like, this is the perfect example of my life. When I think everything's going to be my big break, and it's a quarter of a second.
That is, like, when I did that Mew Mew event, though, since some of the girls were actual models. Like, most of the girls there were models. Mm-hmm. And then, for me, it was just like, we need an actual stand-up comedian.
Right.
And so they were like, I guess you'll do. But, like, because I was looking up, like, so many of the pictures on Instagram. I mean, like, the hashtag, the Mew Mew event hashtag had, like, thousands of photos. And finally I found me, and I like zoomed really, really far in, but it was like a group photo that I basically had to be in. They couldn't get the picture of that.
Couldn't cut
and you could still tell that they like tried to cut me because it was only half of my body, and I was like, I was not meant to be there. Also, the fact at that Mew Mew event that they put me, because we had to walk out like in a line, they put me between the 2 tallest people there. Yeah. One of them was a man.
Yeah.
And the other one was like this 6'3" girl. And I was like, why would you do this to me?
Right.
You know that I lied a little bit about how tall I was?
Right.
And now it's like you're showing me.
That's
like,
so funny.
We said 5'5", bitch. Like,
yeah, this is what you get. This is why. Your 5'2" ass doesn't look stupid with these people who are 2 feet taller than you. That's hilarious. And I got 2 new watches.
Yeah.
Your girl's stepping up her watch game. This is a Movado one. So I wanted a blingy watch. I wanted something with some gems.
Yeah.
Some Swarovski crystals, right?
Yeah.
And so it doesn't need to be diamonds. I'm not like that, right? So I find the exact watch that I want, and I had a day where I went on my and Brian's anniversary. I went and got a massage while he was at work, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go pick up the watch because he was like, well, I'm supposed to buy it for you. I was like, well, I'm already at the mall. And he's like, this is the least romantic thing ever. And I was like, just, let me buy it. You can Venmo me the money. And he's like, this is ridiculous. So I go in, and the original watch that I got, which is really cute, that he paid for, it was originally $420. They had it on sale for like $318. And then as I'm looking, I see this one, which is like different than anything I've seen before. Like, because the other one's like silver and blingy. That's all I've been looking at. And this one has it's got like a black face and real diamonds. And so I'm looking at it and I'm like, this is really pretty to like wear on stage. That's not too flashy, but you can tell it's like a nice watch. And I was looking at it and I was like, I can't get this watch. It's $1,400. So I was like, I can't spend $1,400 on a watch. And then I'm looking at it, I was like, man, I really want it. And they're like, well, everything's 25% off right now. So really it's only like $1,200 or whatever.
25% off.
And so I was standing there and I was like, I don't know. I know I'm definitely going to get the silver one. I really like this one, blah, blah. And we're going back and forth. And then a manager comes over and he goes, you looking at some watches? And I was like, yeah. He goes, did these girls hook you up with a discount? And I was like, no, but if they did, I'd probably buy both. And so he was like, we'll see what we can do. I was like, and then I realized I was like, had 2 minutes to get down to my massage. It was in the same building.
Yeah.
I said, I have to go get a massage. You guys work on that discount code and I'll come back up.
Yeah.
And I came back up. They knocked, I think an additional 15% off. So what would have been a $420 watch and a $1,400 watch became a $299 watch and a $900 watch. So I got both of them for the price of what this one should have been.
God, you're so easy to con.
It's not a con!
I would love to be sales. Yes, it is.
How is it a con?
Because they knew that they were going to sell that watch for that price. That's why
for
they priced it.
$1,000.
Yeah, that's why they priced it high.
$500 off of the price.
That's why they priced it so high, so they can do stuff like that.
Well, I got it for $1,000 instead of $1,400.
Yeah, that's what. Because anybody that goes in there, they knew they probably could. You probably could have got it down to like $800.
No, I could not. It was already their 25%. I did walk away, and then I came back. Whatever, Sarah. Fine. You know what, then? Let's go watch shopping. Let's go buy some expensive jewelry, and I want to watch you talk them down.
You've never seen me on Canal Street, okay? I got my watch for $60.
This is real. This is not a fake watch.
Yeah,
this is not a Canal Street watch.
Okay, well, you should watch me with the Asian ladies on Canal Street.
Yeah, anybody can haggle with the Asian ladies on Canal Street. These are actual real diamonds.
You did go with me on Canal Street that one time.
These are actual real diamonds.
Okay.
So what are you gonna haggle down?
I wouldn't pay them.
Oh my God, what would you have paid?
I don't care about paying real prices for real things.
It's real price for real thing.
I'm a knockoff person for sure.
Well, I really like it, and I'm very proud of it. And it's like not my first, but I've never bought myself nice jewelry.
But not only did Brian not get to buy you the watch as a present, you also bought the gift that he was going to get you and bought your own watch at the same time. And you're like, no, yours is still cool. But
what's wrong with that?
Also bought my own. It's like the least romantic thing I've ever heard in my life.
So what? We've been together 5 years, dude. Do you understand? After 5 years, not that the romance is dead. I'm not saying that at all. But it gets to a point where I'm like, yeah, this is what I want.
Yeah, but I still want it to be like cute. I still want you to get me something.
I came home and there was a card and my favorite roses like waiting for me. It was still cute and like I didn't know about parts of it, but like the one thing when he said, "What do you want for our anniversary?" I said, "I want this specific watch."
Yeah.
Don't ask me.
Yeah.
If you want to give me some cute surprise.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna buy it for myself anyway.
Yeah.
Whatever. It doesn't have to be romantic.
You said, no, this is what I want, and you can just Venmo me. And also, I went ahead and just bought the other thing that I want to.
Did I fuck up?
No, it's a different kind of romance. It's an interesting kind of love.
What do you mean? Why do you say it like that?
I feel like your love language is gift giving.
It is.
But maybe not gift receiving. Because I don't think you care, like, so, because, like, for me, I think when I get a gift, it doesn't matter what it is or if I'll ever wear it if I like it. Like, I'm just kind of like, oh my God, you were thinking about me.
Yeah.
Like, you saw this and you thought about me? Like, that's so sweet. Where you're like, no, get me something I want.
Well, and it's because I don't deny myself anything.
Yeah.
So I'm going to buy things that I want for myself.
Yeah.
I would be very happy if he came home and was like, hey, I saw this is your favorite candy bar.
Yeah.
Candy bar roses. He did that one time. He had, for Valentine's Day one year, he got me a Big Mac, roses, and chocolate covered strawberries. And I was like, this is the perfect Valentine's Day gift for me.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
Was a Big Mac and some chocolate covered strawberries. And I love that.
I will say, like, sometimes it can be both. Like, my ex, this rug that we have that I absolutely love, we were at, like, a horse convention, and I just kept looking at this cowhide rug, and I was like, God, I just love that. I was like, when I, like, move into a home that I really love, I'm going to get a nice cowhide rug. And then that's what he got me for my birthday.
Yeah.
But, like, I didn't know. He didn't say anything. He just kind of, like, listened and watched.
Yeah.
And then when this showed up on my birthday, I was like, okay, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Like, he actually was, like, listening and, like, got me something that I actually liked. But also, if he would have just gotten me something random as well, I would have been like...
But if you would have never sent him a link to this, and he said, what do you want for your birthday? You would never have sent him a link to a cowhide rug and said, this is what I want.
No.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I do that sometimes to my parents. But I also love, I mean, you've seen, my mom will send me, like, little care packages sometimes. And I think that's so sweet. Does Brian do that for you?
Not really.
Yeah, because I feel like
he sent me flowers on Mother's Day and stuff like that.
You're very much just like just let me decide what I want.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, I don't.
But we also don't really do gifts a lot, other than like Christmas, birthdays, and he'll straight up say, his family is a tell me exactly what you want, send me a link, or you're getting a gift card. Mm-hmm. And I had never experienced that until we got together. Yeah. And my family is it can be from the dollar store, but you were thinking of me, which is why I think I'm so good at giving gifts, because they're not always expensive gifts, but they are things that you would like or need, or it's, hey, I see you always wear this color or something like that.
I think you're great at that. I think you're a great gift giver.
I am a great gift giver.
But I think when somebody else isn't a great gift giver, you're like, I'll just do it for you.
What's wrong with that? Brian has straight up been like, tell me exactly what you want. Okay. And so I do.
And like, it's not like do it. Just let me do it for you.
He doesn't, it's not like he doesn't have the ability to get
very Mary coded though, to just be like, just let me, I'll just buy my own gift and you just Venmo me.
Okay, listen.
I'll just do it.
I'm having a lot of issues right now and I'm doing a lot of self-reflecting, so I don't need you to tell me what I'm like. I have spent all day journaling about my problems and how to be better. And I need a diagnosis for almost everything. And I don't need a new one because I think I have it figured out. Right? I think I got it down.
You've self-diagnosed yourself through TikToks for the day.
And I don't need you throwing a wrench in my spokes. All right? How was Florida?
Florida's good. I want to say something that happened at the gym today. A guy comes up to me and he just goes, I just want to let you know that your parents really took their time when they were making you. And I thought,
I know what he thinks he's saying.
He was trying to say like God took his time, but he said my parents, and I was like, I know this is supposed to be sweet, and it wasn't super creepy, but then I was like, are you saying my parents made sweet, slow, sensual love when they made me?
That's exactly what he said.
And so now I'm mid-workout thinking about my divorced parents making love to create me. And I'm like, you just ruined my day, man. I know you were trying to make me feel good.
Did you correct him?
No, I just went, I'll let him know.
Hey, this creep at the gym says you guys fucked real good.
Oh yeah, I'll let my divorced parents know that they had really good sex one time.
Oh, dude, that's so gross. I forget what you were trying to do, brother, but swing and a miss. My gosh.
I was like, also, is that how you think good babies are made?
Slowly.
From, slow.
So the ugly ones are from like Two Pump Chump?
Yeah.
That's how you make an ugly baby?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or just like a quick, like a car quickie.
Oh, that's an ugly
gonna
baby.
Be an uggo.
Yeah, that one looks like an alien.
You got to take your time to make a good baby.
That's so gross, dude.
So I'll only be having slow sex from now on because God forbid I haven't.
Kids.
Yeah, but if I do, I cannot have an ugly kid.
That's true.
That would be.
Ugly kids suck.
That'd be bad. Because not only do they already kind of suck, kids already kind of suck, but if they're cute, I'm like,
yeah, they can get away with a little bit more.
And I know that because I used to teach gymnastics to kids, and I caught myself a few times
being nicer to the cute ones
or letting them get away with stuff because but then some of them when they had that like red ring around their fucking mouth, and they'd be like, can I have a bathroom break? I'm like, no.
Go run a lap.
Or I'd be like, yeah, go ahead, don't come back.
I don't want to look at you anymore.
You're disgusting me.
You're so sticky.
But like some of them I could tell that some of them that were bratty but I could tell that they were bratty because their parents spoiled them. I was kind of like, that's cute. But some of them that were bratty, and they were just like gross bratty.
Their parents spoiled them because they're ugly.
Yeah.
They felt bad that they didn't have any friends or anything, so they spoiled them.
Yeah, like a ugly, like pale, red-faced.
Ugh. Do you know what is always
kid.
A phenomenon to me, and I will stand by this. When I see it all the time.
Ugly people make a pretty baby.
It's at the fair. You'll see two of the most disgusting fucking hillbillies you've ever seen with a beautiful little baby. And you're like, how did this happen? How did such an amazing looking little kid has to grow up with this?
Yeah.
How did this? And then you'll see two hot people have an ugly kid.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite because they don't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
They've been hot their whole lives and they have a weird looking kid. You're like, ha, dude, sucks to suck.
Yeah. I'm going to have to, if I do decide to have kids, probably get with a pretty ugly guy because I am scared that we would make a pretty ugly baby.
You never, dude, it is a luck of the draw. You never know.
Yeah. That's like my biggest theory though, is that two ugly people make a pretty baby and two pretty people make a ugly baby.
Yeah.
It's the greatest though. I love when that happens.
I have a hot couple friend that have like picture perfect model children.
Yeah.
Like you look at them as a family and you're like, come on, man.
Can I tell you something absolutely insane I did this weekend?
Yeah.
Because I've been having really bad baby fever, like horrible. And I think it's because...
Do you want to take my kid on vacation?
No, I probably just need to... Well, also my nephews are finally grown. Like I'm not around kids anymore at all. Even my youngest niece now is 9. So, and I don't see her very much. So like, my oldest nephew, the ones that I'm around... He's 12, but he's the Trump supporter. He's 12 going on 45. So I don't have kids anymore. I'm not around them. And I think this is the first time in my life where my body is starting to realize like, hey, like we're starting to lose a few eggs. Like it's nothing crazy,
Soon.
Just,
Next 10 years.
Yeah. Like we just noticed for the first time, for a long time, we had a lot of us and we're starting to see some of them die. And we just want to make sure that you're starting to lose some. It's okay if you don't want to use them, but like we lost Lois and Luis today.
Hey man, don't freak out.
Yeah.
we can't find half the eggs.
Yeah.
We think they're gone forever. We're not really sure. But just in case, you might want to use the ones you have left.
We still feel pretty strong here, and we're doing okay.
It's like when your Starbucks points expire and you didn't know it. You open it like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I only have till January to use the rest of these. I didn't know they expired.
Yeah. I think that's what my eggs are feeling right now. Like, they're like, hey, some of us are starting to expire. We're feeling a little sick.
Yeah.
But, like, we're going to be, some of us are really strong, and we're going to be fine. We just want to let you know. So I think my body is feeling that for the first time because for the first time I am looking at kids and I'm like, I think you were telling me you're like, I don't know what happens at 35, but I've been looking at men and I'm like, they have nice legs.
I'm turning into a predator. It's like I've never been this horny in my life. And it probably has to do with living away from my boyfriend, but I am like one step away from catcalling men.
Well, people say like at 35 is when like women do start to hit their sexual peak. So, like...
It's just like I'm gawking for the first time in my life.
Yeah.
And it's not even like hot little 22-year-olds. It's like 50-year-old men that keep themselves in shape. And I'm like, okay, Daddy, what are you doing? Like,
you're like, ooh, take that trash out, Daddy.
I look at it and I'm like, if this is how men have felt the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay. It's still not okay, but I'm feeling it now. I'm experiencing being a creep.
Well, for the first time too, you're like attracted to like men doing men. Like I remember when I was younger, like it was like me and another 25-year-old that also didn't know how to do stuff. Like I was like, how do we fix this? How do we fix the sink? And like both of us were just like, oh,
look it up on YouTube.
Yeah, call your dad. Yeah. And like I was never attracted to their dad, but now for the first time in my life, I'm like, but your dad looks pretty good when he's fixing the sink, dude.
Right?
Like, and that's never happened. So not only that, now I'm like kind of attracted to dads. Ew. I'm also like not attracted to kids. That'd be horrible. But like I'm looking at them and I'm like, look how cute that is.
Sarah, I'm like, dude, I was gone for 10 days. I come back and you're a pedophile. This is insane.
I just think they're cute now.
You just want a baby.
I want a baby.
You want a baby around.
What did I do this weekend?
You went, let me guess. You went to a daycare and lied that you were a nanny. And you said you wanted to check out the facility. and then you smelled all the babies when the daycare people weren't looking.
I wish it was that good.
What did you do?
I downloaded the baby app simulator where you can put your face with another person's face.
And you put in all your ex-boyfriends and all the people you have crushes on. Yeah. Who was the cutest? Tell me who the cutest was right now.
No, they all kind of looked the same.
Maybe you have very strong genes.
Yeah. Well, it did. A lot of times it was like 80% mom.
Yeah.
So I guess, yeah, I do have really strong genes. Wait, I forget what it was called. Who's Ty, baby?
Ew. Was this with, were you taking random people off of the internet, or were these all people that you know?
All people that I know.
One. Let me pick which one I think is the cutest.
Okay.
And then you can put it up there. These are some pretty babies. They're all really cute. That one's weird looking. That one's got weird 2 different eyes.
Well, these are AI babies, so some of them are going to be a little messed up.
Baby 2, baby 4, baby 8.
You can't say who they are, though.
I won't. I think baby 8 is my favorite. How can you tell? Anyway, this is riveting for the people listening. Sarah is showing me pictures of her fake babies with hit share. See if that comes up maybe. No, see now this is why we don't trust AI, because now it knows all your genetics.
Yeah. What was the other one?
Why doesn't it show you?
I don't know.
Who's that? Is that the one that just came out of nowhere? Is that the one that just came out of nowhere?
Don't say anything.
I'm not saying anything. Is that what that is?
I know people listen to this. I know he listens to this.
You want me to cut that part?
No, but just...
Okay. I'm not going to say anything. I want to find out who baby 8 was. She's pretty.
Oh, this is one where you can see what they're going to look like all the way into adulthood.
Oh.
Yeah,
her face didn't change at all. Oh, that's kind of cool. She's a grandma. That's crazy. All right, and then this one is cute. I knew it. As soon as I saw the eyes, I knew it. Which one was your favorite? That one is like that one. That one's the most recent.
But I also no.
Oh, really?
I did a lot of the same person.
Oh.
But I knew him and I would make a cute baby.
Yeah.
I knew that. Like, I was like...
So, actually, this kind of transitions nicely. Speaking of...
You're pregnant.
This was actually my baby gift. No. What happened to your husband?
Oh, yeah.
You were supposed to go to Florida and meet your husband.
Yeah. I think my husband has a wife.
Ha! I fucking told you that. I told you. You're like, this guy's being weird. Why is he being weird? And I said, I guarantee you he has a wife. He has a wife and kids. I'm telling you.
I don't think he has a wife and kids. I don't know. Again, I wasn't really asking for much. It wasn't.
By the way, where the husband we're referring to is from a couple podcasts ago when Sarah went on the Hinge date and ended up hooking up with his friend.
Yeah.
And then saw him again the next night. The 2 nights he was visiting in town. It was a 2-night stand that she planned an entire future with.
Yes.
That I said, hey man, I don't know, maybe this guy was just a 2-night stand. She's like, well, I'm going to go to Florida, and we're going to hang out the whole weekend.
Well, I've never really had just a 2-night stand. I've always just been like, well, we have to run this into the ground.
And that's what you said. But that's why, and I don't know if I said this out loud to you, but I didn't want to hurt your feelings, that I'm like, I think it's because every other guy has been on board with it.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time you found a guy who was like, oh, we just fucked.
Yeah.
Do you feel hurt?
No, because...
Did you almost puke?
I'm like, no. I feel fine. Well, I thought about it, and I was like, you know what, though? If I would have hated it, too, the more I thought about it. I was like, spending the whole weekend with someone I didn't really know in a hotel room, having to, like, poop next to him and stuff. I'm like, I wouldn't have liked that either.
So Sarah was in Florida for shows, and she hit up the guy who lives in Florida and was like, hey, let's hang out. Maybe I'll spend 4th of July there.
And also, he lives in, like, a completely different part of Florida. So he was like, oh, I'll get a hotel room because I was in Tampa. And then I had shows kind of, like, around the Tampa area. So I was like, I'll be in and out of that hotel room. But the more I thought about it, I was like, that would have been, like, 2 full days, just him and I in a hotel room together. Like, I don't know if I would have liked that either. So, blessing in disguise, whatever. The fuck? That's him. He's
here. He heard this. He heard this before we released it.
Yeah. But I got in that Thursday. Him and I had, like, kind of talked about it, but I didn't hear anything from him. So I was like, you know what? I went into it just knowing, like, okay, we're not gonna hang out.
Yeah.
Whatever. Don't care. But then I posted on my Instagram story, hey, had to cancel the Orlando show. If you paid for tickets, sorry, you'll be reimbursed. He just messages me and was like, oh my God, what happened? And I was like...
After he ghosted you?
Yeah. And I was kind of like, what?
What is this fucking motorcycle doing?
I know.
Like, I can't not hear it. It's making me insane. Anyway,
so ahead. I was like, what?
So he didn't text you and was like, left you on red.
Yeah.
And then replied to your Instagram story.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, that's weird. So I just don't respond to the Instagram thing. So I just text him. I'm like, hey, are you coming to Tampa? Because there was a part of me where I was like, wait, like, are you still coming? And then, like, I'm not there. So I'm like, let me just figure out. Like, it had nothing to do with, oh, I'm so upset. It was like, I'm trying to plan my life. I'm out of town right now. Yeah. And I have to make sure that I have places to stay and places to go. Yeah. Do I need to cancel hotels? Do I need to book things? Like, do I need to not have this other guy? No, I'm kidding. I wish. I wish I could be a whore.
I mean, you had a 2-night stand.
And so I just texted him that, nothing.
So you were, okay, so he didn't respond to you for a couple days, and then he responded to your Instagram, and then you text him, and then he ghosted you on text.
Yeah.
This is crazy. He has a wife. I'm telling you, she's monitoring his phone.
Or you know what I think it was? I think, like, I do think that he got back with his girlfriend. I think that they were broken up, because that's kind of like what we bonded over.
They're not broken up.
I think.
They're not broken up.
Yeah.
They were not broken up.
Yeah.
He told you they were broken up. He made up what would it be like if they were broken up.
Yeah.
And then got you to sleep with him and then never told his girlfriend about it.
Yeah, that sucks.
It does suck.
Yeah.
But that's
I just feel
way
bad
more likely.
for her more than anything.
Send her a hey girlie message.
Oh, absolutely not. I would never do that because you know who that helps? Absolutely no one.
It is kind of selfish.
I hate that. I do not understand the hey girlie messages because that does not help anybody at all.
But it does though. You wouldn't want to know if your boyfriend slept with somebody else?
I do not want to hear it from her. No.
So you would rather not ever know than hear it from her?
Yeah.
Seriously.
And I'll never be the one to send that text message ever. Because I think the only person it helps is me. I'm the one that gets, I get to tattle on you. You hurt my feelings, so I'm going to hurt you.
I will say.
And then both of you are hurt.
It is
and it's just going to cause conflict in your relationship, and he's always going to end up with her. Always. It's not like he's going to come back to me, his one-night stand. And so now I've just caused a conflict in their relationship.
You didn't cause anything.
Right.
You're not the one with a boyfriend.
Right.
He caused it.
Right. He caused it, but now they have issues.
Which is his fault.
Right. But, like, what do I get out of that?
You get out of it, and I will say it is a little bit self-aggrandizing where it is like, I'm doing this so my conscience is clear. That way, I don't feel guilty having slept with someone who has a girlfriend. Or I feel lied to. I didn't know you had a girlfriend that's fucked up. So now that you lied to me, I'm going to get you back by telling her.
No, I would never do that. I think everything comes out in the wash. I think she's going to find out eventually. It's not going to be from me.
You're saying it's not your place.
It's not my place. It's not going to be from me. And I've been the one to get the hey girlie message before. And I'm kind of just like, back off.
That's wild.
Yeah, like
that's wild. I would want someone to tell me.
We were only talking for like a few weeks one time. Hey girlie, just wanted to let you know. I know that you and blah 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 have been talking. Just wanted to let you know him and I were exchanging sext about a week before he posted that picture with you. Just an FYI. And I was like, okay. Like, all right. Like, I literally just started dating this guy.
How do you feel? Okay, what if it were like a multi-year relationship and your boyfriend cheated on you? You've been together 3 years. He goes out for a bachelor party, and then you would not want to know that he cheated on you.
I just feel like that's a shitty text message to get.
But you think it's better to never know?
Not maybe never know, because I think you're going to find out eventually. You're going to go through the phone. Something's going to come up. You're going to find that I'll find it out because I'm crazy and I'm also very emotionally in tune. And normally anytime my boyfriend has been doing something fishy, I can normally figure it out.
Okay.
On my own. I don't need somebody else to come in and tell me. And I don't want to be the girl to do it.
I would want someone to tell me.
Yeah.
I would want to know. Yeah. If like Brian and I, we've been together 5 years, and if he slept with somebody in Ohio, I would want that text message. I would want someone to text me and be like, hey, not to be crazy, but I saw your dude at a bar with another girl.
I would want Brian to tell me.
But if he's not going to, then, and you find out, then that's everything you need to know about that relationship.
But I would much rather text the guy and be like, hey, you need to come clean to her. I'd probably trick him and be like, or I'm going to be the one to reach out.
Okay, but then that's still taking some responsibility for it and being like, I'm going to give you this opportunity, but if you don't do it by the end of the week, then I'm going to tell her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
I
can agree with that.
But
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
But the shows in Florida were good?
The shows in Florida were good, so I ended up doing all those, and then Orlando got canceled, but I ended up going up to West Palm. I did Jeff Dye's shows up there.
Hey.
And
just hung out when I was in Florida. What's he doing back in Florida?
So he's a big Florida guy.
I guess so.
Had a great time. His
crowds are great.
His crowds are so good.
And he's so funny.
Yes. And like the way that they came out and they were just like, dude, you are so good.
Yeah.
Like so good. I was like, oh, I've never had such a supportive crowd in my whole life. And even like his groupies, like the people that follow him around were like these cool people. We went to a cigar bar. Jeff doesn't drink, so we just like hung out at a cigar bar with like some of his I don't want to call them groupies, but just
fans.
Like but they like he's got a couple that truly follow him around.
That's crazy.
But they're just cool, fun people. So I had a blast that night. And then went back up to Tampa. The only problem is I did have like a little bit too much fun at his shows where his crowds were so good.
And then you remembered you had 9 people at yours.
And then, well, my Naples show was actually really good. There were like 60 people there.
Nice.
Really good. And then my Tampa show, actually, there were like 65 people there for a 5 p.m. Sunday show. So
Hell yeah, dude.
Not bad.
And that also, real quick, wasn't a dig like, haha, you can't sell tickets. It was more like when you go from opening for somebody who has a built-in audience, and then you realize you're like, oh, my people are comped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I've had that happen where I show up and there are 30 people there, but they're all free tickets and nobody knows who I am.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, this sucks.
That's what happened, though. Like, it was a 5 p.m. Sunday show, which already, like, Side Splitters is an amazing club. But I had the 5 p.m. Sunday show. So it was just people that nobody was drinking. Nobody was nobody was like ready to have fun.
Yeah, that's
5
early
p.m.
night. Yeah, that's a very early night.
And so it was like, I would say like maybe 10 of them were there for me. And then there was a group of 20 people there for a birthday, but they had never been to a comedy show before.
Perfect.
And they all sat in the back, very, very, very back.
Yelling and talking
Not
amongst themselves.
Really, but just like you could tell that they didn't really know what they were getting themselves into.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like, oh, this is a birthday. Fun. Let's go to a comedy show. And they were very nice. Came up to me. This is our first comedy show. We had a blast. Thank you so much. But just didn't really... So anyway, I had such fun shows on Saturday with his crowd that came there, like knowing what they're getting themselves into. Comedy fans, Jeff Dye fans, to like these people that were like, we just wanted to do a birthday party. So
oh my God,
Sunday was
make fun of him.
Yeah. Sunday was a little depressing. Where like they were like, how was it? And I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you, that was not my best work.
Yeah.
And I want, I'm like, I want you guys to know that. I want you to invite me back sometime. That would I've done much, much better in my life.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucked to end like kind of on a low note when the whole weekend was really good, and then just be like,
I honestly feel like that about all Sunday shows.
Sunday shows.
I wish there were no more Sunday. And by the way, when you're headlining, you can say no to Sunday shows. You can say, I would rather do a Thursday show than a Sunday show.
Yeah.
Because it's just, the Saturday shows are so good.
Yeah.
To have to come back and be like, I stopped doing Sunday shows on the road, where I was just like, it's just not worth it for me. I'd rather travel on Sunday and be back to my schedule on Monday.
Yeah. So lesson learned. Sunday shows can be a little bit of a downer, and I came home a little bummed after the Sunday show.
It's always a Sunday show, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. And I left. Though? Yeah, I left early. I ate Chili's. There's a Chili's right next to Side Splitters, and so I got Chili's. I got the appetizer thing. Ate that in my bed, and it was wonderful.
We had a good trip.
So
it's going to be good. Thank you guys for listening. We got to get out of here. You can follow us at Special Friends Podcast. I'm at Mary Santora Comedy on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
At Sara Pop-Tarts.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Okay.
Bye.